I am going to dart this pitcher with this wonderful spout. I threw this in 2 sections, 2.5 pounds and 2.5 pounds. And I am going to now dart it and put a handle on it. So let's get started. This spout is pretty firm, so I'm gonna take a piece of wet chamois and I'm gonna set it on this spout so that when I dart it, it's soft and movable. You would be surprised, but it doesn't take long at all for your rim to get soft again, just by using some wet chamois and applying it where the rim is going to be stressed. Okay, so I'm going to set this pitcher aside while I pull the blank for the handle. A lot of people struggle with handles, and I did too. I think that they're hard, but I want to encourage you with handles because when you do get good at them, they are a joy. They are so much fun to do. So let me set this aside. And about 8 inches long because I'm going to pull it off of the pitcher. My favorite way to do handles. So I'm setting that aside. I'm going to put the pitcher back. And in that little time that the chamois has been on this pitcher, it should be soft now. And it is. Look at it jiggle. Everything's ready to dart. So I'm going to put a line straight across from the spout. Better point it toward me while I make that decision. And right about to there. And I'm going to make a line that's just a guide for my cutout. Let's see what I got. Yeah, that's good. So then I don't go and draw the whole thing out. I just wing it. And so I'm going to come out and back in. And this line is going to be my midpoint. And I'm going to go out and back in. And I just try to mirror the other side. I don't get too worked up about it. Look at that throwing. Isn't that beautiful? Somewhere in here is the join, but I can't see it. Can you? Okay, so I'm going to score this clay. As soon as I find something to score it with, here we go. Little Exium scoring tool. I think you say Exium. It might be Zium. I don't know how to say it, but it's spelled X-I-E-M. And I'm going to score both sides. Okay, look at how nicely scored that is. I'll take something like an old toothbrush and give it a little bit of water to wake it up. Isn't that nice? Now, there's my cutout, and then I'm just going to zip it up. And I'm going to start at the base. Look at that. It just loves to meet itself in this process. And because I put a chamois on the rim, it's now flexible without cracking, which is really what I want. And I'm bringing it together. Do you see that? I'm going to bring it together up here and adjust the rim just a little bit because I softened it up. That means I can do it. Now, I need to look at it a little bit. So I'm going to come right here, and I take a rib, and I think I want a small rib for this, and I kind of move clay towards the seam from both sides. See that? And up here you can tell, well, it's not hooked together right there yet. So I'm just going to give it another tug together. There it is. And move the clay back and forth toward the seam as I move up. And up here at the very top, it's a little distorted. It's not joined back together yet. I'm just going to take a piece of a sponge, and go back and forth and get this rim exactly how I want it since I altered it. Whoops. Did you know that once you soften your rim up, if you have enough clay, you can pull some more? See that? And really work on the line. So after you've darted, look at that nice little curve to the back right there. I like it. Okay, now I've darted it, and I'm going to smooth out that transition. Up here, it's not quite joined yet. And if you're having trouble getting it joined there, remember who's your friend? Clay. Take a little clay, roll it into a little minuscule coil, put it right there where you see that little opening, and just fill it up. The answer to almost everything when you're fixing pots, if it's leather hard or softer, is clay. Almost always. You're either taking it away, moving it, or adding it. Okay, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? All right, let's put that handle on there. You want to? So I'm going to turn it this way, and you're like, can you really do it right now? Sure I can. So I've never cut this pot off of the bat, so it's firm on the bat there. And now I'm just going to score up here where I'm going to attach. Like that. And pick up that piece of clay that I prepared to attach. Here it is. I'm going to give it a nice little pat right there on the end so it's really ready to offer up. And then I'm going to hold my finger back a couple of inches and bring it into the rim and jiggle it a little bit. Now, from way back here, I'm going to gently push in. And when I do, the attachment up here gets wider and makes it fit the pot even better. Now I'm going to push right here, and I'm going to push on the other side right here. I normally have the pot facing me when I do that, but for the sake of the video, I've got it turned away. Now I'm going to pull this handle, and I'm feeling up under. Is it attached well? I believe it is. I'm feeling the attachment. I'm not going to worry about these extra scoring lines. I'll get rid of those at the very end. So now I can just hold this handle and begin to stretch it. But if it's not moving easily, that means you need to wake it up again. You don't want this clay to sit out and get firm, or this technique will not work. So I'm going to come right down here at the bottom, and I'm going to stretch it a little bit. There it is. There it is. And now I'm going to feel for it, work on the joint again. It's feeling pretty good to me. Down one side, down the middle, down the other side. Okay, now I'm just going to bring it around and tack it for just a minute and decide, well, how much handle do I need? That is way too much. Look at all that negative space. So I'm going to scoot it down even more and bring it closer into the picture. Look now. Now it's starting to look like it belongs there. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Scoot it over so it's lined right up, straightened down really nicely. Make sure my rim is good. There we go. I'm going to look at it from the behind and make my wide opening a little wider. And how come I can do that? Because my clay is soft. Just a little bit from the chamois, not too soft. I can cut all that off now. Bring this back up. And I want this negative space to be really strong right in here. So I have a curve here, and I want a nice curve there. I'm going to bring it in even a little closer. So let me do it. Pretty nice, right? Okay, so now I'm going to attach right down here at the base, and I'm going to take it right into what was the bottom of the dart, and I'm going to push out on one side, and it's kind of tapering down and out, and I'm going to push down and out on the other side. See that? Nice, right? And then right here, I'm just going to sculpt that into a sweet little transition moving downward. I want that line right in the middle of the handle, but I don't over fuss over it. Over fuss over? Sure. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here and add it on because I want to exaggerate this little feature right here where the curve ends on the dart. It's amazing what a little piece of clay can do. Do you see that? I like it. That was just a little coil that I added on. When you see something that you like and you're thinking, you know, how can I exaggerate that? Just take a little clay and sculpt and draw attention to those features that you love about your pot. It's not only a strong element of design, but it's a lot of fun too. Okay, let's look at the negative space. Notice that when I put my hand in, I'm not too far from the picture. If it's way out here, it's going to be awkward to use. All right, so what do we think? Do we like it? I do. I like it a lot. So then once you've put it on and you're happy with your negative space, you're happy with the weight of your handle here, you're happy with the wide to the narrow taper, you're happy with your attachment on, we just cut it off the back and clean up the bottom. So let's do it. If you're concerned about your join on the inside, I forgot to mention this, so let me just do it. I love these bump tools that Mud Tools makes. Well, I can't find my little one right now. Oh, there it is. I need the, no. I really need this. Oh, I found it. There it is. I love these tools. Michael Sherrill designed it, and he owns Mud Tools. And I use this all the time to just go in and compress my join. Look at that. Fabulous. Okay, now I've cut it off the bat. I'm going to turn it over and look at the floor. Okay, I threw this pot to not require any trimming. So now I'm going to clean up the bottom with a rib, and I'm taking a little high edges off of the clay. I'm also compressing any little clay particles that are pulled out from the cutting wire. And once I have it really prepared nicely, I'm going to take the heel of my palm, bump it up just a little bit. That ensures it to sit well. And I'm going to sign it. There we go. And all I do then is take a little sponge with all the water wrung out and go around where I undercut this in advance and smooth that out for a dramatic shadow and for a dramatic shadow and for waxing. Okay, I'm going to set it down, seat it, and there it is. This picture, which I threw with 2.5 pound, 2 sections of 2.5 pounds, is 14.5 inches tall. It's a beauty. I hope you like that. Now you try it.